Hi guys, so I just wanted to do a video on what you do when your hair gets messed up while you're curling it. So for me, that's usually, as you can see, I've tried to sort of replicate here, but for some reason, of course, it doesn't work when I'm trying to do it. When I'm curling the little short growing out bangs layers over here, and then they just get all like poofy, and sometimes they'll be like sticking up, and you know, I don't want that in my face. So what I usually do with that is I just take some bobby pins, and you can just pin it back like this, but that has a tendency to, as you can see, make it stick out even more. So what I usually do is I just sort of gently work it back like this and just make a little mini poof out of it. And of course, you know, you might have some trouble with it, but basically you want to just sort of completely section off that piece of hair, then bring it around to the back and clip it like that. And I'm just going to be using this clip because I don't have any bobby pins right here, but you know, you can do that. You can also take a larger portion of it, like maybe this much, and I'm going to try to keep the part in my hair, but what I would do if I were actually doing this is to sort of just comb it all back with my fingers and, you know, maybe separate out that much of it and then clip it in the back with something like this. And of course, you know, if I were actually doing this, I could, you know, smooth it back, and all of these actually look really nice, you know, especially if you have something like this for a more formal occasion. And you know, basically just when you've curled your hair and you know, went to all that trouble, but then it doesn't turn out quite right, and you can't start over, but you also, you know, you don't want to waste everything that you've done. Another thing that you can do is sort of just a side ponytail, and what I would do for that is, depending on the look you want, you can either do it on the side with bangs or the side without bangs. So if my bangs looked okay and, you know, I wanted to just sort of get the rest of it out of my face, I would take all of the hair and just tie it or pin it. You can also, you know, just use bobby pins to sort of secure some of it in place. Tie it or pin it off to the side without your bangs, and that way your bangs sort of frame this side of your face and the other hair frames this side. And you could also, once again, take a clip like this and go like that, and this isn't obviously going to hold all of your hair, but it will just sort of, it's just sort of, you know, an elegant decoration to it. You can also put one of those little clear elastics around it. And then there's also the low bun, and to do that, I'm just going to sort of turn around and show you guys. I would take my hair like this and just sort of go in sections until I had it all gathered into a ponytail, and then just bring it around like this, and then just sort of pull the pieces around. Now from here you could either put just a rubber band around it like this, and if you do that, I would try to keep it close to my natural skin tone, or you could just put in bobby pins. And once again, this type of hairstyle, unless you pin these back, will leave your bangs in your face, but you know, if your bangs are not what you're trying to fix, then you know, that's an easy thing to go for. So I'm just going to use this bright blue hair tie, but you can see it's just sort of a nice, messy, but since the ends are curled, it still looks somewhat elegant. And obviously, if you know, were trying to look really nice, you could take a little more time, arrange which pieces fall where. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. So I'll see you soon. Bye.